Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is dropping this fall, and with a name as huge as Black Ops and some big changes planned,
I will be reborn.
A lot is resting on this new game, and with it, lots of fans with big expectations. We scoured the internet to see what people are saying, and we're bringing you things Call of Duty Black Ops 4 players don't want. Getting started with number 5, it's been confirmed Black Ops 4 is getting a Battle Royale spin titled Blackout Mode. And while details are still a bit scarce at the time of making this video, we just want to say this mode better be good. It seems like folks who watch our videos in particular are either burnt out on Battle Royale games or sticking with their favorite one. So Blackout Mode has big shoes to fill. It doesn't seem like it'll necessarily be 1v100, maybe more of a tweaked version. And it's going to be involving vehicles, big maps, and fan favorite characters from the series to choose from, which to me sounds kind of promising. Instead of giving us a carbon copy of Fortnite, I'm hoping they just make a fun, goofy mode that's pretty much a big, dumb celebration of the Call of Duty franchise. Maybe I'm putting too many hopes and dreams into this mode, I don't know, but either way, we're just hoping that Activision is able to cleverly work Call of Duty gameplay into the mode and basically give it a reason for existing other than being a cynical cash grab. It could happen. Coming in at number 4, the good amount of players that really don't want Black Ops 4 to ditch split screen. This is something that I don't see affecting a lot of players, but to the few that it will affect, I feel you. Surprisingly enough, there are still a good amount of players out there that still play in split screen. Some people live in a household with one console but multiple people that use it, and some people still have friends that come over just to play games with them. And for those people, split screen is a necessity. Split screen was still around in Black Ops 3, but it just wasn't that good. Everything was kind of shrunk down. Treyarch, if you're listening, please don't get rid of split screen, and please make it better than the split screen we got in Black Ops 3. It has just been confirmed that Zombies definitely does have it, so hopefully every other mode does as well, and hopefully they don't fuck it up. And at number 3, we see a lot of people online that are very unhappy with the fact that there can only be one specialist on each team at any given time. So not everyone can run around as Ruin, only one person can. You have to pick someone else. The arguments I'm seeing are it worked fine in the last game, why change it, and that people seem to be just genuinely upset that they can miss out on playing as their favorite specialist. And like, I kinda get it, but at the same time, not really, because you have games like Rainbow Six Siege that works so well because of all the different types of operators there are and how differently they play, with certain ones like Thermite and Thatcher working perfectly together. Now, if you had a team running around all as Blitz with their shields up and blinding everyone they see, you lose that tactical aspect, where picking an operator based on everyone else's operator selection actually matters. If every player was running around as Ruin, you'd miss out on someone playing as Torque, who's able to throw down razor wire to slow enemies down and barricades to provide cover. If you're playing a mode where you're holding a point or protecting an objective, he's a great specialist to have on the playing field. Or even someone like Recon, who uses his sensor dart to reveal enemies within a certain proximity on the minimap, or use his vision pulse to reveal all enemies to your entire team for a short period of time. Making it so there can only be one specialist played at one time reinforces playing as a team, which is something I think Call of Duty has struggled with for a while now. There's way too many lone wolf players. Something as simple as this could really do a lot to shake up the game and change how multiplayer is played. And moving on to number 2, this is a really weird thing to complain about in 2018, I feel like, but I really hope that the load times aren't as ridiculous this time around. I don't really remember past Call of Duty games having bad load times, but I do remember World War II's loading times being pretty obnoxious. Actually, they weren't really load times, I mean, kind of. You just had to go through so many different menus. You'd have to start the game, choose multiplayer, it would get a long load time, it would restart and update or whatever it did. Then you get another loading screen, then you jump into headquarters, and then you jump into a match and hit another loading screen, yada, yada, yada. It just seemed to go on and take forever just to play the game. It was super annoying, and I would start off in a bad mood because of it. I don't know, this might just seem like me complaining, but we did see a lot of other players online that felt the same way. Fingers crossed for it being less annoying to play this time around with better load time. And finally, at number 1, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that's monetization. Paid maps, season passes, this one is always a given, especially in the modern Call of Duty community. It seems like players just want to buy their game and have access to as much as possible. And I get it, But unfortunately, and I know a lot of you aren't gonna like this answer, making and keeping games like these up and running is more expensive than ever. And AAA companies are gonna be AAA companies, so there will definitely be plenty of opportunities to spend money in Black Ops 4. Thankfully, nothing seems to be pay to win, and the developers were transparent about how that and weapons would be handled. But in 2018, a season pass map pack thing just seems so very old school. With other games as services monetizing their games in more subtle and digestible ways, it seems like many players hoped that Black Ops 4 would take up the trend, maybe with paid stuff more similar to Overwatch. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case.
But we do have one more thing.
And that's a bad game. I know, that sounds super obvious, but there's a lot to a Call of Duty experience that we really expect as fans. Every Call of Duty player takes some slight issue with stuff like optimization, the way the game plays, the updates and balancing, rollout of new content, how the developers treat the community, and how updates are communicated. Oftentimes, it's all small things, but it adds up to how people look back at each individual game. So what we would really like is effective and productive communication between players and developers, a solid PC port, hit detection that feels just right, solid matchmaking and servers, just to name a few things. Not every game can make every fan happy, different strokes for different folks, but we hope Black Ops 4 comes really close. And those are even things Call of Duty Black Ops 4 players don't want. But we want to hear from you, so meet us down in the comments and let us know what you think. We want to know how you feel about there being no single player campaign, and what's your opinion on this new Battle Royale mode? What do you think we're going to get exactly? And as I'm sure you already know, hitting the like button really helps us out, and if you're new here, subscribing might be a good idea because we put out videos like this every single day. As always, thank you for stopping by to hang out with us. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time right here on gameranx.